Hello, welcome to The Honest War Gamer. I'm your host, Rob. Welcome to Age of Sigmar Mondays with Nathan Prescott.
Easy come, easy go.
Little high, little low. Speaking of little low, James Powell.
Hey up! I'm not thinking the next bit. I can't remember it.
And welcome to the show. Very excited to have everyone here today. We're going to do some chatting. We're going to talk to these two about what they've been up to in the past week. We're going to talk about the news. And then we are going to get to the hot gossip of the main subject of the show today. The main subject of the show today being, what's the best battle line unit in Age of Sigmar? Question mark. That's one of those. Number 9 will surprise you. It's one of those clickbait titles that we all know and love. But before we get into it, Nathan.
Yo,
How you been? How you been the past week?
I've been all right. Getting my tan on. So yeah.
Oh really?
Been
What
great.
tan?
Yeah, tanned body from the sun shining on it. That sort of a tan. I didn't realize there was more than one type of tan.
I thought you'd just been pouring Agrax over your face.
Shh. Secret.
I thought you'd kind of developed that skin. You know, when you're a kid and you accidentally saw your dad's penis as he came out of the toilet, and you thought, "God, that's so brown, like an aged oak. Why am I looking at this?" That is what I imagine your skin is slowly becoming, Nathan.
I'd never had that experience of looking at my dad's dick in the wherever it was that you were doing that.
I'm more worried about the fact that Nathan's just like, I'm not even rising to this week. You can tell how warm it is.
I don't think he ever rises to it. I think that's the entire point.
What's he doing? Calling me old?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I was just saying you're getting an oaken sheen to your skin, like that of a cricket bat you've rubbed with linseed oil.
I'm looking well oiled. I'll take that.
There you go. Like a fine machine.
Like a fine machine.
Like a well-oiled machine.
How's the lockdown treating you? How's living at home? At the lady's house. I mean, you've got that lovely backdrop. How's things?
Yeah, that's great. The backdrop is great because of that. Otherwise, it wouldn't be.
Have you done any Age of Sigmar this week?
Yeah. I thought I should fill out that thing on the Honest Wargamer. So I painted some Carajon overlords instead.
I was so excited. I was about to be like, "Oh my god, I cannot wait to read this." You arsehole.
Yeah, you'll have to wait a little longer.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. That's fair.
I've painted those dudes up.
Oh, so what have you painted up specifically?
An engine master with a dirigible suit, a gun hauler, and 6 engine riggers armed with rivet guns and aether saws.
Oh jeez. That's no messing about there, is it? That's okay. That's what I'm going to be battling against. I've been painting up. You won't be able to see because I've been painting up a Lord of Change, but I've been painting him in specifically the same paint as. Pa, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, Angel. I've been painting the same colour as the green screen behind me, so I've made a cool Lord of Change. Look at that. See-through. It's the future. I'm going to paint a whole army like that and make it look like it's floating. Or I was tempted to make loads of flying stands on a model and then paint them that colour and then just film it and it would look like they're flying. Fucking technology. That's what I'm doing.
Technology.
Nice. Yeah. James, how have you been for the past week? What have you been doing?
Yeah, pretty good. What have I done? I had a week off last week, so I'm still technically at work, but I work without leaving my house, which is weird. So last week I took a week's annual leave because I have to take some. So what did I do? Not a huge amount. I've painted some models, but all 40,000. So that's not really specific because I'm still waiting for Lumineth. What else have I done? Oh, we did the stream Saturday. That was probably the highlight of my week last week. We did the
Oh,
commentary.
really?
Of,
Oh, yes, on Saturday. That was we
Yeah.
did that on Saturday. We'll talk about that in a
Yeah.
minute, if you don't mind. But I just want to say hello to
Yeah.
everyone on the chat. Colonel Cabbage, thank you, Colonel Cabbage, for sending me loads of Japanese cinema in the mail via a USB stick. That's right, Nathan. I got a USB stick in the mail full of Japanese movies and TV shows. And honestly, that's the weirdest thing I've ever been
So
sent.
it was like an email, but not at all like an email.
It's kind of like an email, Nathan. It's just a mail. It's just a mail is
With-
what I got.
An electronic mail delivery.
So appreciate that. Fantastic guy. What up, Owen Jackson? Owen Jackson, obviously my enemy now for the next 24 hours, as I'll be battling against him in the morning on the breakfast battles. What up?
You're using the squigs.
No. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll say hello to everyone, then you can ask me all about it. You're a chicken. Gurzy, good evening. Diadrid, good evening, Colonel Cabbage. Bobby Hall says, Nathan, you wasn't wrong about those flamers. Jesus wept. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, I think. Do you know?
Probably did mention Jesus weeping about flamers.
They're pretty good.
In one of my sermons. So yeah, we'll go with that one.
Have you started an Age of Sigmar church?
A cult. It's a cult. It's definitely a cult.
Am I allowed to join it?
No, you're the Antichrist.
What are the tenets of the crawl? Like, what's the core message?
We don't bother with that. It's against our religion. We don't have tenets.
What about Thatchers?
Thatchers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like those guys either. In fact, we tend to hate everybody. It's a good cult.
Is anyone else in your cult?
The guy that listened to the sermon.
Bobby Halls.
Yeah.
Right. How do we join? Loads of people want to join, Nath.
They
already.
Can't. They're not allowed.
Nathan's exclusive church.
They can't fuck off.
So, Nathan, in the news, because news is pretty light at the moment, there still aren't any tournaments around the world, but there are some tabletop simulator tournaments, and the Plymouth Trollslayers organised one this weekend. I'm doing some dances for the Twitch chat. And it was won by the Idneth Deepkin, but rocking 6 sharks. How do you feel about that news?
Was it that list that you played against? The Volturnus
Today?
6 sharks?
No, today I felt...
You played against it last week.
No, I played against it last Monday.
Was it Ben Sava?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. There you go. Shows that tabletop simulators are a waste of space. I mean, they're a very good game. Yeah, very nice.
Well, it is. James, you were there for one of those games. We had some fun, though, this weekend, Nath, because we saw... it was it was the meme wars this weekend. So we saw some pretty polarizing lists. So the first list that we saw was 24 Scourge Runner chariots in 8 units of 3.
Oh, units of 3. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, which was with a Black Dragon in Tempest Eye.
Best list.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. I bet that was nuts. And it was a one-day, wasn't it? So, yeah. So, this is where crazy lists actually do all right in one day, as I reckon. So, yeah. Cool. How did that do then? What did it play against?
The game we saw, it played against Khorne, and the cool bit about that was Tim, who was running it, his friends, Winner Dave and the other guys, had said that if he won the event, they would buy it. Is this right, James? Buy it, build it?
Buy it and build it.
And give it to him. And we worked it out, it was like £1,000 army.
What?
Because it's like 800, because each Scourge Runner chariot, so a unit of 3 Scourge Runner chariots is 150 points, but each Scourge Runner chariot is sold individually and is like 35 quid.
Yeah. Oh, well, I bet they're glad you didn't win it then. If them sharks, I bet they were shouting sharks all the way.
They were. James, what are the other lists we saw? Which ones did you like?
Well, the Scourge Runner chariot one was my favourite. But we saw Ben Sava's however many sharks. Was it 6?
It was plenty. Yeah, 6 sharks, yes.
6 sharks, some eels. And then we saw like a million salamanders.
Yeah, we saw 18 salamanders, Nathan, with
Yeah.
three skink heroes, 70-point general. It was amazing. It was like the days of Craigie. Hello, War Machine and Elmge. Thank you for joining us, by the way. Thanks to everyone who's joined us live. Big love to you. And then, but he was up against. That was Obeyed. He was up against 40. That's right. Oh, Jim, thanks for subscribing. He was up against 40 putrid Blight Kings.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's yeah. How did that one go?
It was a bit of a. I mean, Mark made some real good plays, but I think it's probably. I think he plays that game. He loses 100% of the time. I don't know, James. What do you think?
I think that there was a couple of points, wasn't there? There was a couple of points. I think maybe if his dice rolls had gone slightly more in his favour on a good day, there was maybe some more positive stuff that could come out of it for him. But yeah, I think the battle plan as well. So it was the better part of Valor was the last one. So I think that also went against him, didn't it? From like the word go, he was already kind of up against it and struggling. So I think like for me, yeah, probably there was probably a very slim to none chance he was ever going to win that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing, the Blight King list, because it had a 5-up DPR save, Nath, on any unit that was just within 7 inches of the general. So his block of 20, and it's just a command point to do that, so his block of 20 Blight Kings and his block of 10 Blight Kings all had a 5-up DPR on top of it. So that's at 120 wounds with a 5-up DPR.
But the salamanders still just took them off, did they?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, it took a while, absolutely. But yeah, and Obeyed really didn't even... And really, that was just 4 units of salamanders, to be honest.
Yeah, I think...
And the Blight Kings just couldn't get hold of the salamanders to give them a...
No, because there were some skinks. There were some skink screens in front, and like even with run and charge and the Nurgle wheel and the bell, the Blight Kings can't get across the board quick enough for the charge. Whereas the salamanders have a 20-inch threat range, so they've got loads they can push out from. But it was it was a great weekend because we saw loads of really funny meme lists all across the board. And it was fun. That one of the big boogeymen lists that's out there at the minute, Nath, which obviously I think you've heard about, but I'm not sure, is the 7 Stegodon list. Have you heard about this?
No.
So
no,
yeah,
I'm not. What's this then?
Okay, so the 7 Stegodon list, which is the new meme, the new freshness, I think, because salamanders are so Wednesday night.
Okay.
7 Stegodons. They've got 3 shots each on their Sky Street bows, which are 24 inches, right?
Yeah.
They hit on 3s, wound on 3s. They're rend 1, but they're 3 damage.
Yeah, they're pretty tasty. Yeah.
So do that 7 times. That's 21 shots at 24 inches doing 3 damage. So, and obviously they're all combat monsters as well. So pretty funny. Anyway, but I don't think it's
but it's about 30 wounds. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
it's pretty good, right? But it's still it's great doing the tabletop tournaments because even if it's a bit janky and even if we're all like half trying and it's not like the units, it still feels like people are experimenting, trying things out. James, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think almost to some degree, like people are more willing. Like I think, and don't get me wrong, because I know people put a lot of effort into like taking jokey lists to events. Like done it myself, but I think on Tabletop Simulator, one of the huge benefits is that someone can take that £800 chariot list, can't they, on a whim, like 2 days before, can be like, right, do you know what? I've mathed this out. I think it might work. I'm going to take this list. And it didn't cost him £800, and it didn't take him, 6 weeks to build and paint. And I think that's probably one of the best bits about it. Yeah. You can go to an event and play a game.
I tell you what, it's the perfect playtesting tool for the playtesters. Just saying that, like, you could all just like. But anyway,
they playtest the game inside and out. Like, there's never an issue with the generations of rules.
Yeah, inside and outside of their heads, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Evening Desert Sketch. Scrunty Hugh says, I still haven't seen the obviously scary 2 Dreadsaurian and Gotrek build. That's still something that's out there. I think that's a thing. So it wasn't wooden by Eels. But it seemed like Ideneth, Nath, seemed like the solid counter to playing against the Seraphon. Because the Seraphon tend to play pretty castled up at the minute from everything that we've seen.
So eels love attacking a castle, don't they?
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
And especially as they're not on the board until they want to be on the board. So.
Yes, yeah, particularly powerful. So it's anyway, it's a great old game, a great old day, and we've got one in 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. And really, that's the only other Age of Sigmar news, with the exception of there's no more Age of Sigmar news, like no Lumineth rules. As of yet, the Lumineth's still not appearing to be, out in the wild, right?
So they're not imminent because they're not releasing like they used to release like teasers. They're not doing that. So you don't think it's imminent?
I think the problem isn't it, that they dropped all that huge 40k news, and now they're trying to deal with all the stuff like that should have come out ages ago for that. So I imagine what they'll do was there a bunch of pre-orders, wasn't there, for 40k this weekend, I think?
Yes.
So in my head, I think they'll drop those, let that excitement happen, and then maybe, I don't know, next week after, the Lumineth pre-orders come up, maybe?
Cool.
'Cause you're excited about that, aren't you, James?
Well, yeah, so I know, like, we have an ongoing joke that, like, even on Saturday, we ended up with a little bit of conversation about 40k, because I've been painting a load and kind of working towards that. But part of it was that I had always told myself that this year I wasn't buying or painting another Age of Sigmar army until the Lumineth came out. So yeah, I'm literally just sat waiting on that to do any more Sigmar.
Yeah, I see that. That's fair. That's fair. Plus, I'm looking forward to just seeing that army personally. I'm pretty hype about it, like on the tabletop, see how it works, see what the rules are, read the narrative. Looking forward to that, honestly. A bit more expanding of the storyline. Hey, Jarkator, thank you everyone for joining us live. Also, thank you to everyone listening to the podcast. Please stay hydrated, and thank you to everyone that's watching on Patreon. Couldn't do it without you. You guys are the best. And Hugh, thank you for subscribing. So I played some Warhammer today, as some of you who watch live will know. Yesterday I talked through I've got a really awesome chaos list I want to play next week, Nath. It's to do with it's got some like skink style furies in it, and it's got a command ability in Slaves to Darkness, which means it's a cool command ability. You'll really like it. You pick a unit within 12 inches in the charge phase. You don't have to have charged, and you don't have to have done anything. Just within 12 inches, not wholly, from one of your generals or one of your heroes. Sorry. And then you roll a dice for every model in that unit. Every 3 up, you reduce how much they hold the objective by. Does that make sense?
So you're hoping to reduce them by about 2/3.
Yeah, effectively. And then charge in some Furies who they charge, and when they activate in the combat phase, they're able to run away like skinks. So basically charge.
Skinks don't do that anymore, do they?
Well, no.
The old one.
No,
so not like skinks. So better than skinks.
Skinks now are...
Like how skinks want to do, but just have forgotten how to do it.
No, skinks have done that thing in Captain America. You know the first Captain America where he's like the tiny weed and then he gets turned into the monster? That's skinks now. They're like giving them their blowpipe machine guns and they're like, get out there in the world. They're horrific.
Get out,
want to run away. Come here. Let's fight.
Anyway, that's what I want to play next week. But this week, because at the TTS tournament, I'm afraid to tell you, Nath, there were no destruction players. Yeah?
Yeah, just goes to show that TTS can go do
What's that you mumbled there? You mardy little fuck?
Didn't he say, that's why I love TTS? That's what I heard.
What did you say?
Stupid computer games. Yeah, never mind. Carry on.
Well,
Carry on as you. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so we talked about it a bit yesterday, and I was like, okay, what do I end up playing? And of course, the conversation of destruction came up, and there's a super cool Underguts list I'd like to play that we talked about a while when we did the Ogre More Tribes review. Oh, Drew, thank you for subscribing. Are you saying that Start Collecting Skinks is actually a good box? The Start Collecting Skinks is an amazing box. Like, amazing, if you want to get Skinks. Evening, Pete. But I left it up to Twitter because I was like, oh, there's cool Underguts. And everyone was like, play Squigs. I was like, oh, Nath played Squigs once. I was quite impressed by the Boingrots. I was like, and then I put it on Twitter. And 300 people voted. And 60% of the vote went to Squig. So 200 idiots voted, and 100 people who knew what they were doing. That's the real point. I don't know what you voted for. I imagine Squigs. And then I played him this morning against Benjamin, and it was awful. It was so awful. It was one of the worst experiences. No, it wasn't one of the worst, but it was pretty bad. Nathan, what?
But you said you played against them, and you thought they were right.
Yeah, like in that specific situation we played against, when I actually measured them up against some Idle Deepkin, I was like, these are terrible. All of it was terrible. All of it. The whole experience.
Are you just playing them badly?
Yeah. Well, there's also that. I'm playing them badly because because unlike most destruction players, I was really hoping to win a couple of games.
We just win the games. We don't hope. We just do it.
But yeah, it was just terrible, Nath. So I took I made like a big, hyped up. Is it true that the ability that's on the war scroll for the Loon Boss and Magna Squig, let's say you rerolls to hit and to wound, is only actually for the fucking Loon Boss and not its mount?
Yeah, of course. You don't need those. Those are that's for cheating factions or the other factions. You don't need
rerolling your mounts.
Yeah. We don't do that in the Squig faction.
Hey to Speckles in the chat. Hope you're well. Don't blame the army, blame the player. I'll blame myself anyway. But I had a couple of charges go off, and it just didn't go my way. But it's like when you actually were looking at it on the tabletop, and they're both. The Idneth book is interestingly even older than the Gloomspike Gits book. Yeah. It just seemed so overcosted. Like for what you could do, like the random movement, like you're like, oh, it's a bit of an advantage. It's like, not really.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So that sucked. So overall, So I've decided I'm going to drop them this week, and everyone on the internet can just go away. And instead, I'm going to play with some ogres, which I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
I feel like the internet should sponsor you to play that army for the rest of the week.
No. As soon as we're released from hibernation, they should make you play it on the table.
In real life?
Yeah.
At a tournament? No, I wouldn't be allowed back. I'd be like, fuck these guys!
I feel like if you're gonna cheat and change armies, you should do the thing I was on about last week, where people can pay channel points to make you move units where they want you to move them.
No, they can only pay me cold hard cash to pay the Squigs because they're awful. The thing about it is like, you pay way too much just everything, is what I'm trying to say, Nath, like in that book. Like, and then
I think the Boingrots are priced all right. They're quite offensive, especially with the buffs on. Did you have sneaky snufflers?
No, I didn't have any sneaky snufflers. No.
Don't you have to have sneaky snufflers?
No, you haven't got to have sneaky snufflers.
Yes, you do.
What?
Even if it's not on the rules, you have to have them. They're the best.
I didn't have any sneaky snufflers, so I went against. That's probably my problem. Otherwise, it would have been fine.
You don't own any sneaky snufflers. Oh wait, you didn't need to.
I didn't need to own any of it. Welcome to Dunmer and Girl Painting. Thank you for joining us. Release the Quacken.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that. Thanks for that input. So anyway, yeah, I'm moving on to Underguts. I'm going to play some Underguts tomorrow against Owen and play them this week. That's
probably more your style, actually.
What? Not shit.
The rather chubby lads standing around shooting stuff.
Wow, that's really rude. That's really rude, but really accurate.
in a castle.
I tell you what, though, the big loon boss on Mangler Squig is if you just fire him off like a lunatic, do some no damage, obviously, and then you like run away from combat. It is quite a funny like interaction. You like Benjamin was like, "Oh, he's gone far," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Well, he's not doing anything useful," and then runs away. It's great, but they die to everything. Like
Yeah.
That loot
Well,
boss on Mangler
Squigs aren't
Squig.
exactly renowned for their resilience, are they?
But they're not really renowned for their output either, are they?
Well, that's what they're there for. So that's what they're supposed to be doing. Renowned for. Problem is, a lot of the stuff hits on 4s, really. So
That was a huge problem.
Yeah.
With no rerolls, no bonuses, no nothing.
yeah, well, sneaky snufflers give you extra attack, but the hitting on 4s is, I mean, I guess playing against the Ideneth wasn't as bad as it could be. If you come up against an army that gives you minuses to hit, then you're proper screwed.
I hadn't even thought about that. Like, it seemed bad before I'd even thought about the fact into that matchup, which is pretty wild. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's my experiences today. So
I think the Squig army's got some poke. It's quite good. So.
It's got some poke, but it can't like bring everything to bear. Like, it trades off weirdly. Like, I don't know. But then I didn't have a big block of grots, Nath, which I think was the problem. I went obviously quite like Squig heavy. And
yeah. Well, if you do pure Squig army, then you still got some threat there.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
But then you wouldn't have had your castle, so yeah.
What?
You probably want the big block of grots so you can build a castle.
Well, no, I just took 20 shooter lads just for you. 20 shooter lads. They were my little front line. But it didn't matter. It was all over on turn 3 anyway, so whatevs. Yeah. It was all over. So, on to the main... If anyone else has not got any other news, go on to the main subject of the show. If you guys are interested. Are you two interested?
Let's do this. Yeah.
Let's do this.
I'm painting some hammerers, by the way. What are you painting?
I'm painting Lord of Change.
Oh.
Shall I lie and pretend I'm painting an Age of Sigmar model?
No. Tell us what you're painting. No. Tell us the
I'm
truth.
painting this Custode Terminator.
Oh.
In this, okay. I brought this really offensive paint. I think I talked about it the other week. So it's really gold and it has glitter in.
That's
You're
cute.
painting it with nail varnish.
No, it's actually paint. So
okay.
I know we're not sponsored, but it's cool. It's a company called Turbo Dog. They're from America. They do like the color change paints. And then I found this thing and was like, oh, I'm buying that. I hope these custodes are really offensive and offend all the 40k players.
Goals in life.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be gold, aren't they? But I was like, oh, maybe they'll be really annoyed when I turn up with an army that's basically painted in glitter.
Okay, I think people will be fairly annoyed.
Yeah, I remember as a high elf player being very annoyed with Rob Crouchley's glitter high elf army that he.
Oh my god, that was amazing! Yeah, Rob Crouchy's got the glitter elves, doesn't he? That triggered that guy so much. That was great. That's great. Elves aren't even like this. They're so like low fantasy and gothic. It's like, dude, they're elves. Like, they got pointy ears and they're like really serious about their hair. Like, calm down. Like, elves would be all over TikTok. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. Mine might be. I might buy some glitter silver paint and paint all my elves in those. See if I can offend someone else.
Please do.
He was like, they're proper serious, man. That's great.
I'm painting some very obnoxious pink onto my Lord Change, which I'm pretty excited by. I'm enjoying that. That's gonna be my feather color, I've decided. So, dude, my news is James is very, very quiet. James, could you talk at reasonable volume?
Oh, yeah. Any better?
That sounds fine. Girl painting. I painted Stormcast Eternal Liberator today. Congratulations to you. Is your Lord of Change still invisible? It is a bit, but now it's getting some pink highlights, so that's fun. I'm looking forward to that. Pink Rob. We have a friend called Rob Crouchley who you guys might know from Warhammer TV. And he's a lovely fella. But obviously when we met, I'm Rob, he's Rob. So one of us had to become, and he wore a lot of pink. So Pink Rob was the easiest way to describe him, I think. That's right. It was Pink Rob and Dickhead Rob. That was the two. All right, so we're going to talk best battle line in Age of Sigmar. So we're going to go through each faction, yeah, and if there can be a sub faction, we will go through that. I think, because just to flesh out some of the factions, we're going to pick our best one between us, and then we're going to do some Twitter polls to decide the best. Then we'll come back next week for the best of the best. Maybe we'll roll it out, Nath. We'll roll it out.
Yeah, against a tree lord.
I think we'll need more than one tree lord.
They can fight the tree lord.
Yeah.
The tree lord.
So we'll start with destruction. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. So be very vocal in the chat. We want only terrible takes, hot opinions, and almost no idea of what's going on is the part. Best battle line equals sequiturs. Job done. No, wrong. A million times. You've already lost. So the parameters are, for the best battle line unit, good in the game, also are cool.
Okay.
Yeah?
Cool.
Two deciding factors. Right? Okay. So we'll start off with destruction, and we are going to go with Troggoths. Yeah?
Yeah.
Troggoths have got the Fellwater or the Rockgut Troggoths as battle line if they have a dank hole drug boss. So it'll also be battle line if. Battle line if. So, Fellwater Troggoths, Rockgut Troggoths, which of the two are your favourite? Don't forget, we're going to have a lot of these to do, so maybe don't spend ages on it, but feel free.
I think they're both actually well worth their points. They're good value for their points. And I think at the moment, the Fellwaters are probably edging it. Because they've got a nasty, dirty little shooting attack, the Vomit one, with Ren 2. And then they're pretty fighty in a fight as well. They've got loads of attacks. So, yeah, I vote for the Fellwaters there, mainly because you can vomit on things. The other ones are pretty good, though. You can throw rocks at shit, but why throw rocks at shit if you could vomit on it?
Yep.
That's actually my protest song. Whenever I go out protesting, that's what I always say. So I just start throwing up on the opposition. That's my tactic. James, got any thoughts?
Fellwater, for a much more complicated reason.
Oh yeah.
That answer will piss off Stuart Hodges. And I'm done.
And for that and that alone, I also choose Fellwaters.
Okay,
congratulations, everyone.
You should take the other ones out of the poll.
So we're gonna do Uruk Warclans, and I think probably we need to end up. We'll do that first. So you can have Uruk Ardboys. They can be battle line. You can have Uruk Boar Boy Chariots. You can have Uruk Boar Boys.
Battle line.
Chariots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Boar Boy
And they're
Chariots.
cheapest. Yeah, they're cheap as chips as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
80
super
points
cheap.
or something.
Yeah, 80 points for one. You can have Uruk Boar Boys. You can have Uruk Brutes. You can have Uruk Gore Grunters. And then you can also have Savage. Probably if we're doing the Savage Orcs, we'll just stick with the Orcs for the minute, and we'll go into the Savage Orcs at the minute. So, what are you rooting for? Gore Grunters, Brutes, Ardboys, or Chariots? This is just a populist vote, everyone. Populism all the way.
I think if you're taking the coolness into account, then it's Brutes.
Brutes?
Brutes are the most cool.
Why?
Because they're the boys. Brutes.
Boys! James was...
I don't know what's happening, but I'm ready to go home.
Brutes.
You are home. You haven't left in months.
I know.
Because they're the boys. What do you think? I see what the guys in the chat saying. Orc boys, bring them back, says Warmonger Matt. Big shout to you. Ard boys all the way. 50 or bust. Talking about brutes. Proper big war. Evening to Chris. Love you. You're great. Nathan, you are the man. Says Rambo Squirrel. Hello, Lex. Good evening. Rambo Squirrel. Nathan's got a cult if you'd like to join it. So more on that later. I will be starting the Twitter account Nathan's Cult.
Amazing. I think it's called the Church of Warhammer.
Yeah, I think so. Gore Grunters says Dude My shout is Gore Grunters. Battle line if Gore Grunters. Yeah, they're fast. They're on giant pigs. They're a brute. Nathan, can I interest you this? Maybe I can get this back for you. They're a brute on top of a gore grunter. So you're still getting brute, but then you're getting pig.
And you're getting a big pig.
You get your lunch if you get hungry.
I see what you're saying there.
That's a pretty good argument, I think.
It is a good argument. Yeah.
I vote chariot.
They probably smell better as well. Yeah.
So what you saying?
All right then, gore grunters.
Yes.
I'm very sad about that. But
yes. That'll do, pig. That's right, Speckles. What about you, James? You're going for chariot. You're outvoted. I'm sorry. Got any reasons for chariot?
Chariot. Because you don't even have to use your legs. And you get multiple pigs. Even better.
All right, that's fine. I'll go for gore grunters. Okay.
I guess you could lie down in the chariot. Yeah. Fair enough.
I don't think it would be.
Yeah, they run for you. You got to do no walking.
No, you have to use your legs to stand up.
And you get a bigger base.
If you're not going to use your legs, then you're not allowed to stand up.
Bigger base.
I agree with that.
It's all about the base.
Right, so if we're going on to savage uruks, so those pesky, tribal, tattooed legends of the forest, you've got you got boar boy maniacs, boar boys, Arrow boys, Moor boys, and then uruks. They can all be battle line. So, savage uruks. If you're going to be naked and cover yourself in tattoos, what sort of uruk would you want to be? James, what are your thoughts?
One with a bow.
Why?
Because you're not going to hit anything, but you'll be having a great day. 5, no. 5, no. 5, no. 5, no. 5. Oh, it turns over.
Nathan, what do you reckon?
Well, I reckon we just go with the pigs again. So the ones on the pigs.
Yes. Okay. Why that?
Well, same reason as we went for the pigs before, because they got pigs.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Twitch chat. Let's see what you're saying. Flying boars for the win, says Owen. You can obviously make them fly. That's good. Arrow boys, maniacs all the way, brutes. Rabbit's got really upset about the brutes, by the way, still. I actually would also like to vote Arrow boys because they're meant to be hunters. And
not cool.
Yeah, and I just like the idea of them just like, pew, 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 pew. Like, it's quite fun. That's what I'm thinking. So I also am voting Arrow boys. So Arrow boys have taken it, everyone. Too much pork, says Girl Painted. I agree with that. Arrow boys, because if you're going to be start naked, you want to keep your distance.
No, exact opposite. Who said that?
That was the Merchant Prince.
What's he thinking?
So are you telling me that when you're start naked, you want to be as close to people as possible?
That's when you close quarters. Now you're getting up from personal.
I can actually attest to this because me and Nathan once were in Manchester and we both
hang on. This is the story the world needs to hear.
Yeah, well, no, but we both got pepper sprayed. It was a very difficult day for us both. Was it in Manchester?
In Manchester, no.
Where were we? Was that a different time?
Geography.
Was that a different time?
Doesn't matter where we were. It wouldn't make any difference to you at all.
It's true. Anyway, we were somewhere.
We
both
were
got
in a
pepper sprayed.
northern town.
Yeah. But
yeah.
The thing that I thought was cool is Nathan got really angry and then he took off all of his clothes. I was like, what are you doing? He's like getting into fighting mode. And I was like, oh my God, what a brilliant plan. So now I only ever fight naked. Take off all my clothes, start fighting. That's my plan.
And you
intimidates the enemy.
Wrestle them. Yeah.
You can only get naked with people in your own house now. That's true, Speckles. In a new English law, I don't know if anyone knows this, but you can only get naked with people from your own home.
That's incestuous.
It could not be your family. Just like, well, I guess your wife is your family. That's weird, isn't it? I never thought of that. Anyway, so we've done Uruks. Good job, everyone. Fucking smashed it. Really proud of us all. Right. So none of these things. We're not doing that. So we're going into Ogre Moor tribes. Okay?
Yep.
Let's do this. Then. So the options are Frost Sabres, Frost Sabers as battle line.
Cats, yeah.
Icefall Yetis. Great option.
Ooh.
Stick in my mouth.
Iron Guts. Lead Belchers. Mournfang or the Gluttons.
Oh, this is a toughie.
Ooh. Ooh, baby.
The Gluttons, the ones that used to be a ninja.
No, Gluttons are just the regular tops off half fighting. They're in half fighting mode. That's by the way, Games Workshop clearly used this as a system, Nathan, as well. Did you learn this from one of your friends at Games Workshop? Because the more naked you are in Age of Sigmar, the stronger you are.
Well, I mean, it's not Age of Sigmar only. It's just obvious, just stuff, world common knowledge across the world.
That what? The more naked you are, the stronger you are in a fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a bit of that Zimbabwean coming out in your ear. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but I also haven't hunted like lions in the like Toowoomba River with you, which you've obviously done as a child, regaling me with those stories. Nathan, crocodile hunter.
Do you know how to play Nighty Spoonie, Nathan?
That's why you take your clothes off when you go crocodile hunting. You need bait.
Your testicles. Right.
As if you said the word.
Anyway, Mournfang all the way. So underrated, says Lee Bromley. Mournfanger because it's like a bigger pig, says Tudade. I agree with that. Got me the Iron Guts, Lead Belchers. The Ninja was a man-eater, lol. He was a man-eater, but not battle line. Lead Belchers, obviously, what's not to love? They're carrying fucking cannons as handguns. I agree with that. Girl painting, new to the Twitch channel, very aggressive, really enjoying it.
What's she painting though? That's what I want to know.
She's painting Stormcast, so like no one cares. But really, really welcome to the show with the family, the War Fam. Owen, 2-inch range on the Iron Guts, damage 3. That's pretty good. The Croc King, their Belchers let us LARP as broadside attack. That's true. So, did you pick one, Nath? James, have you picked one?
I'm gonna go Gluttons because Owen Jackson said not to.
That is a good reason to go.
No, that's
for
not
Glutton.
a good reason. You've got it. No. I'm
gonna actually go for Yetis.
Why?
Oh, they're the ugliest.
They compile in 6
In fact,
inches.
no.
No.
I don't want to hear your excuses, Yeti.
Oh.
Just wanted to make that joke.
That might almost knock them off that spot, but no. They have just got cool rules, and they're pretty cool models. I like the Yeti model, so...
Oh, yeah?
Fuck you guys.
Okay, Yetis. Why? Why have you chosen Yetis? I'm sorry, I was just cutting you off for the joke, really.
Rules-wise, 6-inch Parlin, what's not to like?
Okay.
And they're cool models. In fact, they are ice cold. They're cool.
These puns today. I've realised I've left my drink downstairs, so you're going to have to fill for me for a second.
That's fine. Big love, Tuggy. Nice to see you in the chat.
I'm filling for James. He changes his mind from Gluttons to Yetis as well.
Shit, I've been outvoted! Oh, this doesn't seem fair. I would like to choose... Oh, Mournfang. This is a tough one. Lead Belchers are really cool, but the models are a bit... I feel Iron Guts because they're just hilarious. Look how like they've got just massive fucking hammers and rocks. Iron Guts are what maybe by ogres back in the day. So I'm choosing Iron Guts, but I think I'm being outvoted unless James can rescue us. James,
What's wrong?
Can you rescue us? Nathan voted for you as a veto, not a veto, as proxy, mail-in ballot. And as we know that's not very secure. So my question to you is, what are you choosing?
I chose Gluttons.
Gluttons. So it's a 3-way tie. We're going to have
Okay, what are my 2 choices? Give me your 2 choices.
I'm choosing Iron Guts because they're big, swole lads with massive sticks. Nathan's choosing Yetis because they're little cold
Iron
monsters.
Guts, then.
Yes.
Fuck you, James.
Yes.
Yes. They're as uglier than the salamanders.
Iron Guts.
Fuck.
What, the Yetis?
Yep.
Fuck off. They're beautiful.
They're so beautiful.
They're like the worst model.
They're so beautiful. They're like beautiful. They got weird squashed faces.
They
What's
are
not
pretty.
to like? Yeah.
Okay, so this is next up. This is going to be a controversial subject, but the Gloomspite Gits. All right, Nath.
Yeah.
Gloomspite Gits is what we're currently picking. So battle-line options: fell water troglodytes.
Mhm.
We talked about that. So no troglodytes allowed. So you got shooters, or stabbers, or squig herd, or squig hoppers. What are you voting for?
I mean, I guess it's got to be squig hoppers for the same reason that we voted for gore grunters.
Oh, what? Because you get a squid, you get a scrot. Also, you
A
get
squig?
a squig.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
you
good
got
argument.
a stabber, but he's on a squig.
That's a good point.
And you can kick people in the head.
Also good. Do you ever actually get to do that though? Because it's a terrible rule.
Yes, you do with them. The squig hoppers are actually pretty good, although nobody plays them. Not even me. Except for, what's his name? Nick plays them.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
James,
that's
you got
a good
any?
enough reason.
That is a
as
good enough
well,
reason.
actually.
He is a wonderful person. What about you, James? Any thoughts? Any thoughts?
Just squigs on their own.
Just
Squig
squigs on
herd.
their own.
Squig herd, yeah.
Squig herd. Oh, so I guess I've got to choose between the two. But what's your justification for just squig herd?
Because they're cuter without the rider. There's
Oh.
some quality squigs that are eating things. They've got nice teeth. Some of them got great smiles. They've got better smiles when they don't have riders. So they're happier without. And as a vegetarian, that's important to me.
But they're eating grots. Half of them have got grots inside their mouths.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess
That's
that's
fine.
vegetarian.
Grots are food.
So squig herd, less grots, more red gribbly meat bags. Probably can't stick around too much longer. Chaos next, please. Sorry, Colonel Cabbage. I promise you we'll try to get to those ASAP. I am tempted to say also squig herd. Also, I like the idea. I like the idea of wrestling. That's right, wrestling. Being the squig herd rancher. That's a cool job, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, just like because he's just got clangers, hasn't he? Hasn't he just got like cymbals that he claps together to try and herd them?
And a pokey stick, I think. One with a pokey stick, one with some symbols.
Yeah.
on the
CBD. Can we talk about a little bit of like in-game lore mechanics, which CBD has just brought up, which I think is fun. If so, a regular squig does not fly.
Yep.
Yet a squig with a grot up top it fly.
Is it a different type though? Because one's a bouncy one, isn't it? And one's not.
I'm not the squig scientist, Nathan.
Yes. That's the way it works.
What, it's a different squig.
Didn't it used to be?
No, but it's the ones that you ride on will hop over things, and the ones that you chase around won't. And the reason is because that's the way squigs work. There's no science. You can't put science to it because they're squigs for starters. So
Right.
that's
Okay.
just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. What Nathan are James and Nathan doing on stream? Do you guys want to tell him?
Yeah, I think I said a minute ago. So I'm painting this little Custode Terminator. I don't know how well this camera will focus on him, but here he is. I've not got much done, but he's in an offensive gold glare.
Okay. All right.
I'm painting Hammerer.
Wow. How many hammers is that up to now, Nath?
If I do this guy, I've got a unit which can be Hammerers or Longbeards because they're like a conversion type thing. So if I count them, I will have 30. But if I don't, then I've only got 20.
It's quite a lot of hammers. Nathan, you know your cult that you're starting, is it the Church of Squigologists?
No.
I want it to be that. Okay. Ruined my joke. Screw you. All right, so we wrote down... Oh, it's my choice. Squigherd. Squigherd. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, the White Dwarf that's coming this month is supposed to have something to do with Squigson, so we'll see.
Was hoping to get some buffs, right? That's the plan.
Yeah.
All right, so we've done destruction, unless I'm wrong. Let me just double check. Yeah, we have done destruction. Congratulations, everyone. So we've been asked by Colonel Cabbage, so we shall move to chaos. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't need to.
We're going to do chaos. We're doing
We
it.
don't need to.
So just so
I
you know,
think-
in
I think we
destruction,
all-
the best battle line units according to the Twitch chat at Nathan Prescott, James and me: Fellwater Troggoths, Gorgrunters, Arrow Boys, Iron Guts, and Squigherd so far. Okay. Based on just feelings, no facts. Feelings, not facts, everyone. So, Beasts of Chaos. The battle line options are Bestigors, Bulgors, Dragon Ogres, Gors, Zangors of Beasts of Chaos, or Ungors. What does everyone think?
Vestigor.
Why?
It's in the name.
Give me more reasons.
They're the best of the gore. They
I
get
know
the most armor. They get the biggest axes. They got the best horns. They got the nicest hooves. Best.
Gore.
Best of gore. And Dragon Ogres, rubbish.
Oh, really?
Like, in-game, rubbish. Models, there's only 3 of them, rubbish. I
They
don't
look
care
cool.
before anyone tells me there's only one type of gore. Best of gore. Don't care.
Nathan?
That's a solid argument, but I'm going to go with Ungor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Why Ungor?
I reckon they're a little bit smaller, and they look quite tender. I reckon they'd be quite good to eat.
Good reason.
That's good reason. What? Like
Yeah,
because
Bestigor look a bit tough. Zangor, you wouldn't know what the fuck you're eating.
that's true. That's true.
So, Dragon Ogres, I don't know about those guys. But yeah, I reckon Ungor, yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever cooked for Nathan Prescott, but I have. And one of the funny experiences in my life is offering to cook him some of my fake meat substitute dishes. And the look he gave me is it's a look of pure disgust. Like, do you want a bit of this? No. Why would I?
Does anybody ever? Yes, might be someone somewhere.
Yeah, someone, but not me. Right. All right. So Bestigor and Gore, Bulgors are cool, aren't they?
No.
Dragon Ogres, Gores, not Ungors. I'm not going for Ungors. Did you go for Ungors, Nath?
Yeah,
What?
and I think rules-wise, they're probably the best as well.
What? Because you can just get a shit ton of them for like tiny points.
Yeah,
I am going to go for.
and they do that thing that you like.
Yes, I'm going for Ungor because the pre-game move. Ungor win it. Ungor took the prize. Who would have expected it? They were the Unger gods. Oh fuck! I fucked that up.
Yeah,
You know what I
You
was
did.
going for though. Yeah, Ungor.
no idea.
Right, Blades of Corn. This is getting pretty serious now.
Yeah.
Blades of Corn. There's a lot of options here. I'll take out the Saves to Darkness stuff. We'll just go Corn Demons and also Blood Warrior stuff. So you can have Blood Warriors. You can have not Blood Crushers. We'll talk about those later. No, Blood Crushers, sorry. Blood Letters. Blood Reavers. We'll leave out all the Saves to Darkness stuff. So that's it, yeah. And all Flesh Hounds. Question.
Hounds.
Yeah. Flesh Hounds, why? That's immediate.
Because they're the best out of those options that you gave me.
Oh,
I thought we
really?
were voting for the best. Yeah, they're the best.
Okay, well, I vote for Blood
They're
Crushers.
the coolest.
No, they're not the coolest. What, the Flesh Hounds?
Yeah.
Because they're dogs.
That as well. No, they're just cool models and cool rules. Yeah, they're the coolest.
Let's see what the Twitch chat says. What do you think, James?
Well, I mean, for a start, none, because they're all in corn. But if I have to,
go on.
I'll take flesh hounds because they're dogs, but nothing else because corn.
I love that you've committed to this storyline. Like you're like James hates corn all the time. Doesn't matter what happens, James hates corn.
I told you, and now there's a whole Twitch chat. Me and Rob had a conversation the other day, and I said, if it ever gets to the point where I say I'm buying a corn model, you can all kick me out the hobby, and I'll quit.
So Blood Crushers says Tony. Moon Tony says hounds are great though. Girl Painter says I vote for Chaos Cornflakes, the breakfast of champions, so your child does not nurgle around. Nice. Dragon Dogs says the Merchant Prince. I always have to have a unit of blood ties, so sorry Blood Reavers. That's what Blood Reavers' job is for, just to die. I would like to argue for Blood Crushers because they're immortal demons ridden by other demons. But obviously, I've already been outvoted before I get to my point. Plus, they do all the mortal wounds on the charge, which is super fun.
No, we're not doing rules.
Yeah, we are doing rules. We're doing a little bit of rules.
I guess, but you've lost anyway.
Okay.
They're too corn, not them.
I like them. Screw you, buddy. I'm out of this. Skull Crushers. Skull Crushers are awesome, but you can't take them as battle line Vangelis. I don't think. Let me just check.
What do you need to be a general to have?
You can have
Flesh
Skull
Hounds?
Crushers. You can have Skull Crushers. Sorry, late entry Skull Crushers. Skull Crushers is best battle line. Does that change you from Flesh Hounds?
Fuck off. Why? What general do you need to have as for you to have a Flesh Hounds as your battle line?
You need to have nothing. They're just corn battle line. You can
Seriously?
just take. Yeah, you can just take.
They're the best. Yeah, that's it. I'm in. They're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you just want to take maximum Flesh Hounds?
No, I'm not into spamming, but yeah, that's great. I like them.
All right. Okay. Well, I personally like it.
My name's not fucking Luke Wharton, is it? I'm not spamming shit.
That's true. That's super true. All right, so Flesh Hounds of Corn. Let's go. Okay, so that's. I know that might be controversial for people in the chat. I apologise. Dude-Daisic Bloodthirsters, they're obviously the worst of all corn things. Next up is the Disciples of Tzeentch. Okay, so you can have horrors. You can have a burning chariot of Tzeentch. You can have chaos. You can have Flamers of Tzeentch, Gauls of Tzeentch, Carrick Acolytes, and Pink Horrors of Tzeentch, Screamers of Tzeentch, or Zangor of Tzeentch. What is everyone's thoughts?
Can you not get Acolytes?
Huh?
Carrick Acolytes, yeah.
Yeah. Were they in there?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I missed that one.
Yeah, and Carrick Acolytes. I'm going to vote for this. I'm going to vote. I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that based on rules, obviously, it's got to be Pink Horrors, man. All day long, it's Pink Horrors. Like, we can't walk away from this and not say Pink Horrors, right? They're everywhere, and they are hilarious. Can I just put a vote in for how hilarious they are? Because you kill some and they explode.
Your sense of humour sucks.
No, come on, they're funny. You kill one, it's like,
No, that's not funny.
I like the fact that it's technically a buy one, get for free.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You say you like that, but do you really like that?
I do when I'm playing them, yeah. But so my issue would be, so I would have started with Pink Horrors. Or maybe Brimstones, because they're funny. However, Carrick Acolytes are probably the coolest model.
Carrick Acolytes?
Yeah, I think they're the coolest model.
What's cool? You like their rippling torsos?
No, I just think, do you know, like, when you look at, like, specific. Like I just think they're cool. Like the shield's cool, helmet's cool, swords cool. Like they don't look like anything else in the game, and they super fit that god. Like when you look at a unit and you're like, they're definitely Zinch. You don't need any help. You definitely know where they belong.
I'm not sure. So JPick in the chat says,
my problem with that statement is the fact that you recognise they're immediately from Zinch does mean that you need help, because it means that you know too much about Warhammer.
Oh, probably, but you know.
So JPick, I think my argument for pinks over your Carrick Acolytes is, JPick says, and I think it's a good point, Acolytes, look, they've got no shoes and no shirt, yeah? They're basically naked, right?
Yeah,
basically,
I know what part of that actually triggers. Well, both of them, I guess. Yeah, never mind.
But Nathan, so that's a good
I'm
argument
voting for them because they haven't got shoes.
Yes.
Hold on. But I can bring it back to pink horrors. Pink
They haven't got
horrors.
shoes either.
Pink horrors because they got no clothes. They're the definition of proper Warhammer: naked fighting.
Yeah, that's true.
Are they the new Slayers?
That yeah. Also, when you kill one, like it explodes into twos. It's just okay. So well
That's
done. We all agreed pink horrors. Happy with that.
We didn't. Fuck them. Whatever.
How many have you painted now, Rob?
40. But like, right, the Hedonites of Slaanesh. Here we go. The Hedonites of Slaanesh. So again, this is just based on rule of cool, but with some little rules thrown in there. I love how it's just random citizens, like an old man, that when they reveal their powers, they become these shining examples. Then when they die, their bodies revert to, say, the old man that they were. Talking about the Acolytes, which is, I agree with that. Okay, so, Slaanesh. Okay? This is going to be pretty serious. Demonettes. Hellstriders with claw spears. Hellstriders with hell scourges. Seeker chariots. And that's it. So it's chariots, the Hellstriders, or demonettes. JPick makes a great point. Do you know that pink? How about this for pink horrors? Pink horrors aren't really pink horrors. They're actually two blue horrors. One stood on top of the other, wearing a pink horror coat.
But where do the brims come from?
They're bums.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true. The best way to kill a brim is to piss on it.
I won't ask how you know that.
So what do you reckon?
Experience.
What's your best Slaaneshi? Come on.
The chariot.
Why? Give me some arguments.
Because all those Slaanesh chariots are cool. They're all spiky. They do damage on the charge. You get a good sized base. You get to whip round the board and annoy people. Although actually they can all run in charge, can't they? The chariots might not even be able to. No, I'm going to take it back. I'm going for a Seeker. It's got a really long tongue. It can run in charge, and it moves a redonkulous amount.
They do move redonkulous amounts. Nathan, thoughts?
What are the Slaanesh Fiend things? Are they BattleLine? No.
Don't think so, Pep.
No?
I'll just go check though.
Alright. I will go with the ones where there are demonettes riding on lizards, on long tongue things.
So Hellstriders with claw spears.
Seekers.
Hellseeker. No, Hellstriders. Hellstriders.
I
I think Chariots is fun, but I agree. Also, Hellstriders are great. So and they're also used in every fucking Tzeentch list in the world. Not Tzeentch list, sorry, Slaanesh list. So they're fun. Demonettes are awesome as well. I've really grown to like Demonettes. They really do some, like 2 attacks each with Rend. It's pretty cool. Like run and charge, like on their base war scroll. They're a great, decent unit.
Yeah.
They
Chariots
just melt.
Yeah, Chariots cause nothing. Gets people off my lawn like a Slaaneshi lawnmower. That's true. Chariots do look cooler. Chariots are super cool. Okay, we've moved on. We've voted. We've voted. Next up, oh my god, yes, the Legion of Asgore.
It's not a real army. Move on.
So real. So our battle line units are Infernal
I like
Guard.
the fact it's not our battle line units. I am one.
Yes, yeah, me. My battle line units with my crew is Infernal Guard Ironsworn or Infernal Guard Fireglaves. Not a lot of options. Not a lot of options. But what are your thoughts? Oh my God.
The gun guys.
What? The
one-
Fireglaves, obviously.
Yeah, that guy.
Correct decision. Fireglaves.
Fuck those guys.
Those guys are the best. 4-up armor save, little pistols, having a great time. They're great. It's okay. We'll move on from those. No one else cares about
They
them.
need to, they need to be real to be battle line, so they're not battle line, so they can fuck off.
It's fine. Right, Maggotkin. Here we go. Of Nurgle.
All the battle line.
So they've got Demon Plague Toads of Nurgle. Can be battle line. Plague Censer Bearers can be battle line. Plague Monks can be... Oh, no, they can't be. They're Skaven type battle line, sorry. Plague Ogres could be battle line. Plague Bearers. Puscoil Blight Lords. Putrid Blight Kings. What is your favourite one of these? Hey, done and supervised.
I'm going to go with the Blight Lords. Are they the ones that are riding plague drones?
The Blight Lords, yeah.
Yeah. Go with them.
What? Because you get a Blight King on top of a fly.
A dude. Yeah. I think the rules are cool. I think they're cool.
What do you think, James?
Could I have Nurglings? Is that an option?
No option, sorry.
Then I'll have the flies too.
What? The Putrid Blight Kings, the Blight Lords.
Yep.
I'm going for Blight Kings, man. Like,
Right.
so many wounds. So many wounds.
They're so fat.
What?
But they died to salamanders, so fuck those guys.
That's a good argument. Okay, Blight Lords. Puscoil Blight Lords. Plus, they are cool.
If you had the Puscoil Blight Lords, you could have them on a 2-up ignore wound save, and then they could just tell the salamanders to fuck off.
No, you can only do that with the Plague Drones.
I thought you could only do it with the Blight Lords.
We'll find out.
Well,
later.
they're on the plague drones, aren't they?
Yeah. Thick boys win, hands down. Fellwater Truck Officers, Tim Holbrook. Thanks, Tim. Blight Kings. Well, we've almost gone for Blight Kings. We've got Puscoil Blight Lords. All right, next up, Maggotkin of... we've done Maggotkin of Nurgle. Next up, Slaves to Darkness. I think James might actually poke his ears up and be interested here.
Yep.
You've got Chaos...
I've joined in the whole time.
I'm not picking on you, fella. I promise. Chaos Chariots, Chaos Knights, Chaos Marauder Horsemen, Chaos Marauders, Chaos Warriors, or Varangard.
Oh no!
What's "oh no" mean?
I forgot Varangard were in there now. No, I gotta stick with my boys. Vote Marauders.
Obviously.
Because when you need one He-Man, why not bring 120?
And can we also talk about the fact that they're better in combat than Chaos Warriors?
Yeah, exactly. Better than Chaos Warriors. Better than probably the Horsemen. Probably better than most battle line in the game, I think, now.
Yeah, they're probably one of the best battle lines in the game, if not the flat best battle line in the game. Not 100% certain there's a way to pick them. But I also agree, rules-wise. Also, again, the double down from Games Workshop, which I just respect at this stage. I just respect. They're like, what's the worst model line in this army? Salamanders, Marauders, obviously Nath, Gunstruck Gunhaulers. Yeah, let's make them battle line and let's make them good. That's their process.
To try and stay on tangent a little bit. So hilariously, because I brought my Marauders before Marauders were good. So before the new Slaves to Darkness book,
they were still good before.
Yeah, they were good, but they weren't like as good as they are now in combat. So like, I think I paid like 20p a Marauder model.
What do you mean?
Well, because most of them were eBay jobbies. because Games Workshop never had them. So I was like, right, I've just got to buy Marauders. So I paid next to nothing for them. And then after the Slaves to Darkness book come out, because I'd eBayed loads of them, you still get those updates that are like, oh, you looked at this a while ago. And it was all the ones that I hadn't brought because they were too expensive. It was like, oh, you looked at this a while ago. It's now sold for like 3 times what you looked at it at. And I was like, this is nuts. Because I think a load of people messaged me and were like, will you sell yours? I was like, no, I've got a little gold mine of 140.
You have. They're great. You know, like one of your buddies is like, go to a team tournament, can I borrow your Marauders? You're like, yeah. You're up to your personal stock in the wargaming community right now.
Yep.
Yeah. The chat seem very, very obsessed with Marauders. But Tony V saying Chaos Chariots. Chariots pretty decent.
I vote for the Chaos Knights.
Why, Nath?
Because I like them. I think they're solid model, and the models are cool, and I think the rules are solid.
They're particularly good. I don't know if anyone's been watching Owen run his corn at the minute with his Chaos Knights. The ability for them to have that anti-magic Chaos Rune Shield is particularly good into the Seraphon at the moment with all that spell output coming down. And I think might also be good into the Lumineth Realm Lords, when I think we're going to see... Well, it depends. I don't think we'll see lots of spell damage come out of the Realm Lords, but I think we are going to see like a lot of maybe... They sound like a control deck, and maybe the Chaos Knights won't be good at those, actually, so never mind. James, have you always been a Marauders player ever since the original times?
No, I wasn't a Chaos player for years, so no lies about it. So I think we'd talked about the old Marauder rules of how good they could be, and I was going to Crimbobo and I was like, right, instead of painting, I think it was 280 in my 2,000 point list. It's instead of painting 280, I'll just paint 140 because that seems better.
Yeah, that makes sense. Seems easier as well, right?
Yeah, and the models the models are hideous in some way, and yet when you paint 140 or something, you just love it. I love them by the end.
Yeah, that's what I did that with a unit. I did that with a unit of a 40k unit, which is it was a heresy unit. So tech thralls, if anyone's particularly interested. And I painted 80 of them, identical models. And afterwards, I was like, these are the best fucking guys. Love these guys. They're just. I think it's because I don't know if you ever do this. You know when you're painting a load of dudes, and then one of them's got a new bit of armor or a scroll or something. You're like, I don't know what to do that as. I'm not interested. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And you get pissed at them for being different. That's how I feel.
I think as well, there's almost a bit of charm. Maybe it's having played Warhammer 4 years and years ago. But one of my other things was the little guys that are all rank and file. So they all look almost the same. There's a bit of a charm to it, old Skaven who are all monopose and in the same thing, the old clan rats. I think a bit of me like that bit as well.
Okay. Why does everyone need to say I bought mine before they got good? Christoph, it's a bit of a gag on the show. If something new is good, we all say that we've, as a long time insert good unit here player. It's one of our.
They were always good. I brought mine before they were expensive.
You're showing off your wealth. All right, so Marauders have been written down. We'll move on from Marauders, but they might be one of the best units in the game. So Skaventide. They have got a bunch. So they've obviously got the clan rats. You can have giant rats as battle line. You can have gutter runners, night runners. You can have plague censer bearers, plague monks, rat ogres, acolytes, storm fiends, storm vermin. What do you think?
Well, this is a toughie. I'm sort of torn between the acolytes, because rats with hand grenades are quite fun. But then ninja rats are quite fun as well. They're the gutter runners, aren't they?
Yes.
And night runners. Oh. I'm going to go with the ninja ones. Night runners.
Night runners. Okay.
Yeah.
James, what are you thinking? Or can I throw one out there?
Yeah, you throw it out.
I'm going the Scryer Acolytes.
Hand grenades, yeah.
Yeah, and as a long-time Skaven player, I just like the idea. I just think they're cool, man. They're glass cannony. They're functionally, clan rats are obviously brilliant, but You could build a genuinely terrifying army out of the Acolyte build. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Acolytes. They're cool. They're individual rats that are like mechanized. They've got like horrible warp dust they can throw. Super invested. I'm going for them.
Okay. So I was going to go Storm Vermin because Miles, who is a scribe, they're his favourite. But I'll choose. So I'll go with the Acolytes because I have had the horror and I guess
Privilege.
the horror of playing them as battle-line in old Nick Thompson's lists.
Mm-hmm.
Who's stupid enough, I like to tell him every time he gets them out, to have brought the £200 worth or whatever it is, £400 worth to have a battle line of them.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of
20, 30? There's a lot of them, but they are funny. And I have had the pleasure of both them once walking over to me, throwing some bombs and taking off everything I had on the table, and once charging them, knocking them over like paper, and then watching the rest run away.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a great list to play against. I've played against it with the Big Wah, where I fucking ran at them, got hand grenaded to absolutely smithereens. About 3 hard boys made it, and they just killed them all.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed.
It was the best. Yeah, it was good fun. So yeah, they are
Hold.
super good fun. Those hand grenade rats.
I think Acolytes are Games Workshop's favourite unit. They might be, but they're very cool.
Yeah,
So
£10 a model, aren't they, or something?
yeah.
£10 a model, and you need, what is it, 20 for the 30?
Yeah,
300 quid.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I also think it's amazing that there's still how many models are left now that are still a battle line unit in a new release book that are still a model that's metal and sold in a blister.
Yeah, none.
They're still in
Yeah.
the blister, I think.
It's just them. They're wild.
That's it. Do you think somewhere at the back of Games Workshop there's just a cupboard, floor to ceiling, minus the 30 Nick Thompson brought of just those?
I reckon there's one guy, the CEO's he bought loads, he's like, I'll just resell them. And they're like, we've got to stop selling these. He's like, no, not until we've sold them all. Get them out. Get them out.
Just selling them.
Yeah. So Skaven Tide, Warriors of Chaos. Right, okay, we're all good there. So Chaos is done. So for the top of Chaos, for Battleline units, we've got Ungor. Not Ungor Raiders, just regular Ungor. Fleshhounds, Pink Horrors, Hellstriders, Fireglaves, Puscoil Blightlords, Marauders, and Scryer Acolytes. James, what would you like to do next? Death or Order?
Death.
Death.
Because Order's going to be huge.
So what? Save it till the end, like a tasty, tasty pie.
Yeah.
All right. So Death. Okay. So I think it's going to be a bit difficult here to do Death because they don't necessarily. They've got a lot of factions, but not really, right? So we'll just do Legions of Nagash, and then we'll do. So we'll start with Flesh Eater Courts. Flesh Eater Courts. You can have Crypt Flayers as your battle line. You can have Crypt Ghouls, or you can have Crypt Horrors. Twitch chat. James, Nathan, what are you voting for? And why?
Guess it's going to be the Flayers, because they can fly.
Okay. What, for no other reason? What about the...
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Flayers... I agree with you. I think Flayers as well, because they've got the most versatility, and you can build those super awesome Bravery Bomb lists, as well as just building, a couple of units of Flayers and throwing them around the board sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
They're proper decent in the game. That list that we saw at Sheffield Slaughter playing against the Luke Side and Deepkin, that was a proper good list. So yeah, they are good in the game, and I think they're more interesting than the other two. I mean, the ghouls have got some interesting lists, but yeah,
of course,
Flayers are fun.
Oh, of course. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten something. Terrorgeists, because of course they can be battle line in I mean, all of them.
I can literally see Speckles crying in chat. I imagine he's now shut his computer down and he's in his car on the way to the studio to punch you in the face.
just tooting, yeah, with his head out the window like Ace Ventura. Alrighty then, let's go.
They're just screaming "Terror guys,
Terror guys!"
the whole way there.
All right, would you like to change up your vote, Nathan, from crit flares to terrorgeists?
No, fuck Speckles. Flappers.
Flappers. James, what are your thoughts?
So I'm going to go a bit lame. So I go ghouls.
Really?
Yeah. So I once attempted pre the new book. I was going to attempt all the ghouls for Ghoul Patrol. Got through about 20. Stopped. They're horrible to paint. They're horrible to do, and I hate them. However, lore-wise, I still think Flesh Eaters is one of the best. And I like the idea that the ghouls are the losery peasants with their pitchforks who are still happy to fight. So, props to them. They're dying. They eat people. They think they're peasants with no money, and they'll still fight. So.
Okay.
They think they're peasants, but they're even shitter than that.
Yeah, they think they can stand up straight, and they can't.
They think they've got family at home. They think they're gonna get through the war and go back to a better life. But no, they're really dead. Okay.
Pity vote.
Pity vote. I'm going for crit flares also because I think you can build a list around them, and they're also just in the list. And also because it winds Speckles up, which is great fun.
Literally, I've seen Speckles chat type all night, and he's literally gone crazy.
So Daijin also agrees with it, but a Moon Tyranid says because of the screams, I agree with that. And Daijin is painting 60 ghouls now. And tell me what your experience is like, Daijin. I'd be interested to know. So Legions of Nagash are all the same. So Night Haunt. Next up.
Oh, okay.
Nighthorn, yeah. So you can have Chainrasp Horde, Grimgas Reapers, Hex Wraiths, or Spirit Hosts.
Can you have Blade Guys?
Nope.
Oh,
Sorry.
Man. It's alright.
Yeah.
Don't you apologise?
Yeah, Vangelis makes a really good point. Crypt Ghouls as well, James.
Yeah.
Like you're under, like you're a dead thing, and you're under the delusion of like this entire kind of like thought process. Yeah, and then the thing you delude yourself into becoming is a peasant with a pitchfork.
Yeah. And what I don't
serf.
understand is you didn't vote for them. You're against the little people. How could you?
Circle says he's already taken all of his clothes off, so he's ready for a fight. So yeah, what are you saying? What are you voting for, Nathan? Any thoughts?
It's I'm gonna go with the Hex Wraiths.
Okay. How come?
I just think they're quite a cool model, and they're quite fast.
Okay. Yeah, I also am going for Hex Wraiths. I think they're awesome models. I think you get to build them in my favourite battalion, maybe in All of Death, which is the Death Riders battalion. I think they're funky. I think they're awesome. I also think Chainrasps are massively underrated. I've always said that.
Yep.
But I'm going for Hex Wraiths because they're fun. James, got any thoughts?
I'm very happy with Hex Wraiths. All I was going to say is I'm not doing Grimgas Reapers because if I ever see another one again, it will be too soon.
Yeah.
There was a time when that was all you saw.
Yeah.
That time is gone.
Where are they all, though? They must be in people's cupboards or somewhere.
No, the people that play those sorts of death armies just put them in a box, probably on the floor.
I reckon they throw them into the river.
Probably.
So they put them in a
Horrible.
sack and throw them in the river. Yeah. Hey, Undead Ben, by the way. So Oliver Rent says Chainrasps. Spirit Host, nothing else has ever brought me so much rage, says Rambo Squirrel, as when they come back.
Okay. Building them. Nothing has ever brought me so much rage as building those.
Has anyone like decided to start a Nighthaunt army, built 3 spirit hosts, and thought, nah, do you know what? I'm not bothered.
I think that's happened a few times.
They are literally the worst thing to build.
And Rambo scores those chain rasps as they were $2.99 for 10 with some Stormcast basing material, which is also true because of that magazine, right?
I also would be really interested to know, like, did Games Workshop still make a profit on that? Because if you brought them any other way, you should be sad for yourself.
Yeah, I don't know if they. I don't think they do. All right, okay. Legions of Nagash. Lots of options here. Lots of options. So Blood Knights, Chainrasp Horde, Dire Wolves, Graveguard, Hexwraiths, Grimghast Reapers. Oh no, wait, they're not. They're Nighthaunt. Sorry, so not those. So start again. Blood Knights. No, they're Soulblight Battleline. Sorry, so not even Blood Knights. So Chainrasp Horde, Dire Wolves, Graveguard, Skeleton Warriors, Zombies.
Ha! Zombies.
Yeah, zombies are still in it. They're just not very good, are they? But zombies are still a thing.
I'm going to go Direwolves.
Why?
I think they're a nice little cheap fast unit, and they're fairly cool, and it lets you take all the other stuff, which is more cool. So you got a nice fast little chaff or objective grabbing unit, and then you can now take dragons and other shit, whatever you want to take.
All right, James. What about you, bud?
Can I might just not remember the name of them because I don't. Can you not take in Legions of Nagash? Can you not take the Harbingery things as battle line?
Oh, Spleen Stabber. Thanks for subscribing. Also, obviously, fantastic name. I like that he's not just a stabber; he's a spleen stabber.
Very specific.
Very, very, very specific.
Part-time surgeon.
What's the question?
Can you in Legions of Nagash? You can take the. I want to call them the like Nagashi's bodyguard guys. They're battle line, right?
Oh, Archive.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Unless maybe in one of the Legions of Nagash it makes them battle line, but it doesn't say what I'm looking at. So yeah,
Okay.
Potentially.
Zombies, best model.
Zombies? No way.
Because you can just use your Marauder models as zombies.
No. The zombie models are amazing. Like one can carry a little bell thing, gong. One can carry a bone. Some of them have got other people's legs. Great, love them.
I'm out. Nathan, what's your vote?
Direwolves.
Direwolves?
Yeah, you've got dire wolves or zombies. That's your choice.
I was going to say Skeleton Warriors, man, because how much more classic can you get than Skeleton Warriors?
Yeah, but zombies.
They're great in the game. They're just
I tell
dudes.
you what. We can have Skeleton Warriors, but only if it's the set from the Tomb Kings one that were better.
Sold. Skeleton Warriors.
Tomb Kings, Skeleton Warriors. I want Tomb Kings in bracket on that. I did have a load. They all got sold.
Morghast in Death Lords are battle line if. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Right, okay. Ossiarch, Bone Reapers. Ossiarch, Bone Reapers, everyone. They have got 2 battle line units. Mortek Guard and Cavalos Death Riders. My vote is obviously Mortek Guard. You kind of have to do the boring vote for the boring army, right?
Yeah, so I was going to go horses, but you're right. Yeah, they're boring. So, horses too. No, Mortek Guard too.
To choose Nathan, thoughts?
Boring.
I'm going to go Death Riders, but yeah, I mean, shame. Poor army.
Hey, Sickwat, thank you very much for subscribing on Twitch. Nathan, do you know who Sickwat is on Twitch?
No.
Sam Worrell.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Sam. How's it going, man?
Sam, by the way, one of the best dancers in the UK. Most people don't know that.
Maybe you should have him on one of the lunchtimes so he could just dance for an hour, because people do that on Twitch.
What, just do some dancing?
Just him dancing. You could just chill, watch, maybe paint.
Are you suggesting that we do a lunchtime stream where I, a grown adult man, watch another grown adult man dance for an hour for people's entertainment?
Yes.
Interesting. I'm gonna.
You definitely get some subscribers you don't normally get from that.
Yeah. Very specific ones. Aldum, if is that Swedish, Adam? So we agree Bone Reapers are boring. We do agree that Bone Reapers are boring. I think we all agree. Didn't you agree on your show? By the way, he says Sam says hi.
Hey. Hi.
Right, next up, we're going into order. So just for everyone to know, for death, we have chosen Crypt Flayers, Hex Wraiths, Skeleton Warriors, and Mortek Guard. Okay, the best of the best. Now we're into the order, fellas. First up, Cities of Sigmar. Okay, options for BattleLine units is all of them, basically. Just pick your favourite one, and I'll tell you if it's a BattleLine unit as opposed to me reading them all out. That's the easiest way of doing it. What's your votes? Ooh, I've torn everyone.
Iron Drakes.
Not BattleLine.
They are BattleLine.
Shit! Okay, Iron Drakes. Why Iron Drakes?
Because I was a dwarf player in 8th. Still think they're the coolest army, but not anymore because all the new ones are rubbish. Sorry, everyone. And Iron Drakes are cool, like stupid. So Iron Breakers used to be my favourite, but then who doesn't want a flamethrower? And also, if anyone's played Vermintide 2, I played the Iron Breaker, and the flamethrower was so broken that I had like the highest kills in every game I ever played because that's all I did.
Oh, okay. There's some good reason. There's some very personal reasoning for this choice.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Merchant Prince's Steam Tank. Handgunners. Got to be Sister of the Thorn. Flagellants. Order is easy. Wild Riders. With shields, obviously. Not without shields.
Oh, boys.
Nathan, what are you thinking? I'm thinking Phoenix Guard, obviously.
Yeah.
They're boring, though.
It's true, but, I mean, they are quite cool.
They're an old school mono pose.
I'll probably go Hammerers because I'm painting them.
That's a personal choice.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they're pretty hitty. I was tempted by Longbeards because they've got the old Grumblers rule.
There's no way you're not picking anything that is a dwarf. No, I've realised this.
Yeah, that's why I also chose a dwarf unit.
Yeah.
Can't believe you haven't even talked about choosing Iron Drakes. I'm so disappointed in you.
Iron Drakes are cool, and they've got Grudge Hammer torpedoes.
Yeah. Bring down them monsters. I mean, like, there's another reason to upset Speckles, because we could choose a unit that just one-shots his favourite unit.
What, by the way, is a Grudge Hammer?
It's a hammer that's got a grudge.
Wait, is it a hammer made of grudges? Is it a hammer with a grudge? Or is it a hammer that settles grudges?
Yeah, it's a hammer that solves the grudgy problem.
Have you ever seen like an old medieval film? I think the Joan of Arc with Mila Jovovich. That's the one.
Great
Have you seen that film? The Joan of Arc one?
Yeah, great film.
And when they're sieging Orleans and someone carves like a "fuck you England" into the trebuchet thing and then throws it over the wall, that's what a Grudge Hammer torpedo is. So the dwarf, it's like, oh, Terrorgeist, fuck you, Terrorgeist.
Are you saying all the dwarves are French?
No, they just have grudges that they're right.
Bonjour, je suis shorty ass, and me shooted the French torpedo at you.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, they can be French.
Fucking crushed that. I crushed that accent, by the way. Crushed it.
Your French is impeccable.
No, merci beaucoup, monsieur, merci beaucoup. What are you choosing? There's a lot of people in the chat, by the way. A lot of people in the chat. Handgunners, Sister of the Watch, Arcanauts, Iron Drakes. Aren't they monopose? They are. Eternal Guard, Demigryph Knights are pretty sick. I actually have 20 hammers to paint, says Chris. Longbeards. You guys are really
Yeah.
Old. I like mine.
I think I'd go with long beards.
Okay.
I don't think we're ever going to agree on this book because you definitely don't want either of those units.
Well, I don't know. For coolness factor. Right, okay. If we just go based on pure style, yeah?
Yep.
Then pure style. I think it has to be. It's such a tough one. This one, Flagellant's obviously hilarious. What about Scourge Runner Chariots?
They're good. Before we try and all debate, I have a final debate for why Iron Drakes are the best.
Okay.
So it's Sheffield Slaughter, behind me, on the table behind me. A person that's in the chat, I won't name him, was using a Cackatrot, or whatever his name is.
Catcross.
That guy, Cacatros. I just want to call him Kalkarot from Dragon Ball. Who he'd sworn was almost unkillable. He was playing Nicholas Thompson, who brought 20 Iron Drakes on from the side of the board and killed him in 1 or 2 rounds of shooting. And he literally cuddled his maybe like a baby and cried. I won't name that player.
Don't name him. Don't name him.
But that's why Iron Drakes are also the coolest.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Monge 2, Rodney, Monge 2. The only good stunty is a dead stunty. The only thing better than a dead stunty is a dying stunty who tells you where to find his mates. Wow, Nathan, you've been called out there. Jarkator says Phoenix Guard for life. I'm going to say Phoenix Guard. Super boring choice, I know. But for style, yeah, it's got to be the Squadron of Chariots. For style.
Yeah, because they're the best chariots in the game.
Not chariots, actually, technically.
Technically, they are.
No,
They're
not
Squadron of chariots.
No, they're not chariots. They're actually boats. Did you know that? Boats. When the narrative, thank you to Wargaming Dad for saying this the other day, is they freeze the ice and then they harpoon a ship and then they send the boats out sailing over the ice. So they're like skiffs. They're like a skiff, not really a chariot. Skiff. But what are we saying? Do we know Phoenix Guard? Is that what we're saying?
Oh, Speckles is crying
Long
about
beards.
the chat, but I don't know what.
Long beards. Okay.
I will swap. I will go Scourge Runner Chariot.
Oh, yes. Yes. Scourge Runner
Because
Chariot.
they're good the other day. I really wanted everyone to fold for that guy to have mates to have to buy him an £800 army.
Yeah, same. Good reasoning. Right, Cities of Sigmar, next up.
Oh, hang on. The Wargaming Dad. Yes, it was.
What's the answer?
He asked if the person that I'm not naming was a specific person.
Ironbreakers are... big shout out to Mamdare. I hope you're well. Ironbreakers are sweet looking. Mamdare, you're also sweet looking. Yes, right. Adam, Squadron of Chariots for life, I can agree. All right, we're all agreeing. Yes. Next up, I literally don't care about the result of this one. Fire Slayers. Couldn't care less what the result is.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Isn't there just one unit in that army?
Yeah, it says naked idiots. That's what the unit's called. So there's Magmadroths. Obviously, don't forget Magmadroths. Volkite Berserkers. I think you can have Magmadroths as battle line, can't you?
Yeah.
No, they've got heroes on them. You can't.
Oh, no. So Volkite Berserkers.
Yeah.
You could have Hearthguard Berserkers or Uric Hearthguard. All of them could be battle line. It's not really a question, is it? It's Hearthguard Berserkers.
I like the Volkite Berserkers with the pickaxe and the shield.
Oh, really? How come?
I think it's a cool model. It's got some cool rules.
Could you describe in which way it's in any way different to the other unit that I just described?
Yeah. The Hearthguard Berserker has got a double-handed weapon. Some of them have got a fire brazier on, and some of them have just got broad axe. The Volkites are different. They've got a shield, a sling shield, and a pickaxe, which is the variant I like, or the double hand axes.
two hand axes like this.
Hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the Volkites. But I mean, obviously, rules-wise, everybody goes for the Hearthguard. Although the Auric Hearthguard are quite good as well because they're the shooty guys. So
Okay.
if you like guns, the shooty guys.
Yeah, I do quite like guns. James, what's your thoughts?
I'm going to go for the shooty guys because I don't care.
Okay, just see what.
I can't even lie about that one. We made those bloody rings that go around Hero because of Fire Slayers.
Yeah, just to see if there's any different. Naked dwarves that use both hands for their weapons and refuse to die, says Provoke Tree. He's very excited about that, by the way. A lot of capitals. What factions have been discussed already? We've actually been through all of them. We're just left with Order. So if you've missed Chaos, I'll do a quick recap for our late enters. Destruction, best battleline units were Fellwater Troggoths, Gore Grunters, Araboys, Iron Guts, and the Squig Herd. For Chaos, Ungor, Fleshhounds, Pink Horrors, Hellstriders, Fireglaves, Pusco Blight Lords, Marauders, and Scryer Acolytes. And then finally for Death, Crypt Flayers, Hexwraiths, Skeleton Warriors, Mortek Guard. Okay, so that should trigger enough people in there. I don't think Rob is taking you seriously, Nathan. I always take you seriously, Nathan. I promise you. Serious as you are about whatever you're saying is how serious I take you. Next up, Net Deepkin. I'm just going to write eels, and we can all move the fuck on. After that, Kharadron Overlords.
Yeah, we chose to the gals and pissed them off too.
Right, so Kharadron Overlords. The options here are Archanaut Company, Endrin Riggers, Gunhauler, the Thunderers, and Sky Wardens. I think that's everything. And also frigates. You can also do frigates. What is everyone saying?
That's a toughie. I'm going to go Engine Riggers.
Why?
Again, I like the model. I don't know, but I like the Gunhauler model as well. But no, okay, Engine Rigger. I like the models. And I think they're actually pretty decent in a fight. I'm interested in finding out, to be honest. And in a shootout.
Okay.
And they're quite mobile, and yeah.
I'm going frigates, so you can just have loads of boats.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm going frigate.
Why not gun haulers? Then you could have loads more boats.
Just because I'm still really triggered from when they were terrible before. So they just make me
So you got
really
PTSD or something.
Yeah, I got PTSD about the gun haulers. But I could do, I don't know. What do you reckon? Gun haulers or frigates? Twitch chat. What do you reckon, James? Any thoughts?
I think frigates is a sensible option because there's more room to socially distance. How much room on a gun hauler for that?
It's not. It's really tight. It's
really,
really
but
tight.
I mean, the Kharadron have got socially distancing down to a fine art. They're all in their own fucking suit. That's true. Airtight suit.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of spacemen, which is kind of cool. Bubble men. Provoke Tree, by the way, I want to go on record reminding people I've been saying the time of the gun hauler would come for years. Oh, I'm happy for you, bub. I really am, I promise you. I'm going to agree with you, Nathan. Endrin Riggers. That's fine with me. It's fine with me. What do you reckon, James?
Yep, Endrin Riggers fine. They're the little balloon boys, right?
It's one of the little balloon boys. There's them or the Sky Wardens.
They're the ones. They're the ones with the rivet gun and the saw, the athematic saws.
Okay.
So they're engineers, but they also trigger people because they've got saws that can cut through metal, and then suddenly they wonder why it's Ren 2.
Yep, they're fine.
We do wonder why it's Ren 2. Like,
yeah, when they use the saws to cut up ships.
Yes.
I think it should be Ren 3.
But I mean, those ships have still. I think got 3 up save now, actually.
Why should it be Ren 3?
It's used to cut a fucking boat up with 6-inch armored steel.
But surely they do something to it. They don't just start hacking away at it.
What's the save on those boats?
4 up now.
On all of them?
Yeah.
3 up.
So that only gives it a 6 up save and the others no save. So -2 is probably enough.
Oh,
Oh,
it
no.
should give them no save
A
because it
six,
should just
yeah.
go straight through.
But what if you make a mistake? There's gotta be some like
They're
There's got to be
dwarves, they
some
don't
give.
make mistakes.
No, yeah, you're right.
contingency plan.
There should be some mistakes.
They should be Ren 4
We missed out Daughters of Cain, by the way.
because it should have at least twice as much rend as
Did we?
that
Yeah.
stupid fella on his dragon thing.
Archeon. So, Daughters of Cain, your options are Sisters of Slaughter, Witch Elves, or the Blood Sisters. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Hi, Fumar. Hello.
Sisters
hello
of
to-
Slaughter.
Yeah, I agree with Nathan.
I also agree. I think Sisters of Slaughter are just cool anyway. They're just cooler. Sisters of Slaughter. Okay. And then,
Is that the first one we've all agreed on?
yeah. I mean, we did
Okay.
eels as well, but none of us really cared about eels, did we?
I did Case Namato.
Next up, Seraphon. Seraphon. How do you feel about Seraphon? So you've got Saurus Guard, Saurus Knights, Saurus Warriors, Skinks, or, and this is obviously the best choice, Stegodon.
I guess Stegodon. Yeah. Dinosaur.
It's Stegodons or Skinks. What do you think, James?
Saurus Knights.
That's a great option, actually. Yeah. Mm.
Just because
Disagree.
it's going to trigger Rob.
Disagree. I'm choosing Stegodon as well.
Do you want to change yours to Saurus
Oh,
Knights?
I do really, really want to.
Maybe that's the army you should play, Rob. Maybe that's the army for the rest of the week. Is you should just play Saurus Knights.
Yeah.
No, I'm never going to do that in a million years. Right, next up is the Stormcast Eternals.
Oh no.
Yes. So you've got Judicators, battle line, Sequitors, Vanguard Hunters. Those are the only options. That can't be right.
Liberators, surely.
Liberators, yeah. Hold on, let me go find it.
That must-
Judi-
that
yeah,
must-
Judicators, Liberators, Sequitors, and Vanguard Hunters. What do we all think?
I think they're all pretty decent. I think the Judicators are cool, but I like the Vanguard Hunters too much. I'm going with them.
Okay, James, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go Judicators just because, just for the shot bow, like that one bow that hits more than anyone else in the unit bow. Like every time, for him alone, he could be by himself. Doesn't matter. He's the best.
Like, Sequitors to me are like... Not Sequitors, sorry, Judicators. It's just so cute when you watch someone with a unit of Judicators. They're just like, this is my special shot. And then they put it to the side and you're like, oh, God bless you. They're like, oh, I've hit. I'll roll another d6. What could ever it be? It's a 3. Ah. Like, they're always so happy to be doing what they're doing. And it's so sweet watching them do it. Everyone in the chat is saying Liberators because that's the only goal they have in life is to be battle line. Lol, Stonecast Eternal, says Vangelis. So what did you say, Dave? Vanguard Hunters?
Yeah.
I think Liberators. Not Liberators. I think Judicators. Judies. They're still cute even to this day, aren't they? The little Judies. Judicators.
And I think they're probably the most viable Stormcast battle line at this point.
Maybe. I don't know. They're... so we're... Oh, I'm so excited about this last choice. The last one, everybody, is Sylvaneth. So, Dryads, Spite Revenants, or Tree Revenants?
What? Can we have a Tree Lord? Because it might as well be a
No Tree Lords allowed.
line unit.
No Tree Lords allowed.
Okay.
I reckon Spite Revenants. They're pretty cool. They hang out with Drycha. Their rules are interesting.
Yeah, what do you think, James?
Yeah, Sprite Revenants are good. They're the teleporty ones with the bagpipes, right?
No, those are the tree revenants.
The
Oh, I
tree
want those
revenants are the best ones.
Yeah, those are the ones I want because I like the fact they just poof around from a pair of pipes. Poof.
Yeah, boop, 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 boop. And you can take them in little units and go kill characters, or you can take them in big units and just like whack a flank. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter what you take in Silver Death anyway. It all sucks. So all of it. But that's not true. That's not necessarily true. So yeah, what did we finally settle on? Tree revenants, tree revs. Yeah. Or as they're known to Dwarden, Kinglin and Firestarters. That's right. When will Stormcast get a new book? It's been like ages. It has, dude, our day. It has been ages. It does make me scared of just how big and powerful their book will be when they finally get it.
They are nuts though, right? Because having played them for a few years, like as a Stormcast player, you had to buy a book every 2 weeks and a new set of cards and all the other rubbish. So I think maybe they were just giving us some time off buying more, right?
That's true, but they released a lot of Space Marines in the past year, so
That's true.
yeah. Ooh. I also agree that Maggot King need a new book. So we've done it. We've done it. Right. So I'm going to want a quick fire shot from both you and James and Nathan. Who's destruction-wise, Fell Waters, Gore Grunters, Arrow Boys, Iron Guts, and Squig Herd. Who's your favourite?
Fell Waters.
Okay. James?
Squigs.
I'm choosing Arrow Boys because they're hilarious. So in Chaos, Ungor from PC Chaos, Fleshhounds from Khorne, Pink Horrors, Hellstriders, Fireglaves, Pusco Blight Lords, Marauders, Acolytes, and Scryer.
Marauders.
Fleshhounds.
Oh, ooh, and I choose Scryer Acolytes.
Get out.
Obviously Pink Horrors. Pink Horrors.
Get out.
Scryer Acolytes are great.
No, you had one choice in that
No.
that you could have taken, and you haven't taken them.
I'm choosing what I choose. I stand by my choices.
You're no just Wolf player.
And then, oh yeah, my Chaos Dwarves. No, they're too slow, bro. Anyway, Crypt Flayers for death. Crypt Flayers, Hex Wraiths, Skeleton Warriors, Mortek Guard.
Crypt Flayers.
Hex Raids.
I choose Skeleton Warriors because they're hilarious, and they're just like they're just not that as hench version of them other dudes.
Does anyone remember that TV show Skeleton Warriors? Just don't know, just completely random. But...
No, don't. I don't.
Okay. No, that's fine. Just checking. I like also throwing Rob off occasionally.
It's fine. Finally, in order, Squadron of Chariot, Hearthguard Berserkers, Eels, Hendrin Riggers, Sisters of Slaughter, Skinks, Judicators, or Tree Revs.
Sisters of Slaughter.
Ooh. James?
Judy's.
Judicators. I choose Squadron of Chariots.
Good
That's
choice.
me. That's me done. Well, we're going to put these up on Twitter, and we'll start some. What is the Bass Battle? Oh my god.
What is what?
The best battle line unit, 2020. So that'll be fun. Thanks for going through that with me. You guys have been great. It's been cool. We're at the end of the show now. Any questions? So we've got a question from Fumar, 1980. Any advice for a totally new player who wants to play Cities of Sigmar? Yes. Choose a city that you love and go for it. They're all okay-ish. Tempest Eye, Hammerhall, Living City, and
Greywater Fastness
is not good.
Hello Heart, but don't do it to yourself.
But Hello Heart, yes. And to be honest, if totally new player, I wouldn't mind. I would buy Gotrek and put that in the Cities of Sigmar army. That's not a bad choice, is it? Because you've got powered up Emerald Life Swarm. If that helps you out, I don't know. Phoenixes are really good. Phoenix Guard are really good. Luminarchs are really good. Wizards are really good. So it's probably the most complicated one you could have asked, to be honest.
What
Yeah,
did he
it's a lot
ask?
more.
Which city or what?
No, he just was like, he's a totally new player who wants to play Cities of Sigmar. The easiest answer, Fumar, is if you type in thehonestwargamer.com and then you go and look at the lists that are available on the Honest Wargamer website, which you'll be able to see a whole bunch of different lists and maybe some guides on how to play some of those armies.
Yeah. Or just choose the models that you like, and then just play them in different cities, and just have a bit of a gas playing in different cities.
You can also do that. It's also a good tactic. Any other questions? No other questions? Have you guys got any thoughts for this week? What are yours two's plans for this week?
Age of Sigmar wise,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get a socially distant game in this week.
Yes, you and me. We're going to play in the middle of Nottingham city centre outside of a bar.
Yeah.
18 feet apart. But, as per new rules today, you're not allowed to sleep with anyone who you're not currently living with. So, don't you try nothing, mister. Yeah? Just because you've missed me. Don't you get handsy.
I know it's boring playing against a castle, but I won't. I'll try not to fall asleep.
I'm not going to be playing that. I'll be playing a super aggro Lord of Change. I'll be playing a combat Lord of Change. What are you going to do then?
Kill it.
Yeah, for God's sakes. James, got any plans this week?
And then sleep with it.
I think actually, and you might tell me off for this, maybe, but I think I might be having a socially distancing game to learn Warcry.
Oh,
cool.
nice. That's nice.
Because that's one of those things. So I think we've worked out. So my gardens have a decent size. I think you've seen it, Rob.
Yep.
So the idea is like that will fit. So I own a 6x4 dining table that I built. It's weird, isn't it? But I don't have like anything that goes outside that's that size. So we realised that I think we can fit. So we should be able to fit that on like an outside table. So the plan is to attempt that. So at some day, I'm going to see if I can fit I think it's 4x3, is it, or something? The board onto an outside table, and then if that works, then it's easy enough to have like a socially distanced game of Warcry.
Oh, cute. I'm into that. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, my game. So obviously, I'll be doing the breakfast battles all this week. Looking forward to running some ogres at people all day. I'm playing up against.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what is it?
I thought you were running Squigs this week.
Yes, yeah. I noped out of that. I've noped out. Yeah.
Aren't you only allowed one nope for the whole of lockdown?
Sure.
And you've used it already.
Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. I'd like to, do you know what cancel culture is? I'm cancelling Squigs. They're cancelled. Squigs are cancelled. You heard it here first. Gabe says weak.
Gabe is right.
Gabe is right. It is weak, and I'm sorry. Thoughts on the Glotkin? All right, we've got some questions going off. Thoughts on Glotkin with a pack of Marauders, giving them 2 wounds and extra attack. We can attack over the top of them also. Warmonger Matt, what do you think? James?
I'd also, if you're going full Nurgle, put in the Harbinger, because you're going to have enough Marauders to string, and you might as well have the 5 up as well.
Yes. So
that would be my advice.
The Glotkin is pretty expensive for looking to do that. Also, you're going to struggle to get that spell off. Glotkin doesn't have any special... is it command ability or a spell? Spell is the double wounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's +1 attack. So you're going to struggle in the current meta to get off that spell. But that doesn't mean you won't. But it's going to be less likely, even if you get to cast it, it's going to be less likely that you're going to do it. I would also say the Warcry Warband, big shout out to my man Sircon, who pointed this out. The Warcry Warband for Nurgle have got a great little caster who's immortal. So you're able to put Blades of Putrefaction on it, so you're able to cast it on that unit of Marauders if you want to go wild, which I think is fun. Yeah?
The Glotkin's a great model, though. Like, if you want to take that model, It's cool. Not a great caster, maybe not competitive, but I think the Glotkin's a really cool model.
Vangelis, wow, Rob, you didn't even give them a chance talking about the Squigs. I'm so sorry, man. They're so sorry. They're just so shit. I can't do it to myself. I haven't got the mental powers for it today. Thoughts. So we've done the thoughts on the Glotkin. I think that's good. Guys, Cold Hands O2 says, sorry for the off, but in your opinion, which is the best archer unit in AOS? Interesting.
Best what, sorry?
Archer unit. So the best shooting unit, I think.
It's going to be the Lumineth when they come.
Yes, probably.
Just because they look the best. At the minute.
Probably Skinks. Skinks with machine guns.
Salamanders are pretty good.
Yeah.
Flamers are pretty good. Bastillodons are pretty good.
Bastillodon's probably the best shooting unit. But
with proper bow and arrows, maybe Shadow Warriors?
Yeah, the crossbows when you buff them in cities are pretty good. Someone's put that. Sorry, who put that? Hawkeye 159.
What about just keep firing fives? Pew, arrow boys, savage arrow boys. Just keep shooting.
No, they don't hit anything.
Okay. I think really the question comes down, Cold Hands, when you're asking, is that in Age of Sigmar, a lot of stuff doesn't just even use its hands and a bow to shoot. A lot of it shoots stuff out of their mouths or laser crystals on top. But tonight, so if you guys would like to hear some great top fives, tonight on Dan and Supervised show, which will be later tonight, you can check it live on Twitch, Dan's going through the top 5 best and worst guns shooting weapons in the game. Oh my god, we're all about the clickbait titles nowadays. It's so exciting.
You should put them all on YouTube with those clickbait titles, and then because now there's that stupid subscription thing, everyone will be watching a million ads, so it'll be really like clickbait.
Perfect. We're doing it. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys today, Nathan and James. Thanks very much for.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us live. Please join me again tomorrow for my breakfast battle against Owen, or join me all through the week. Got some really exciting shows. Tomorrow we got the Not 40k show in the day on the stream streak. Wednesday we have got the painting lesson that I'll be having. That's right, a painting lesson I'll be having with the wonderful Henry Steele from the Cult of Paint.
What are you painting?
I'm just learning.
Secret?
I'm learning how to use a brush. That's the lesson.
Painting with a brush. What are you painting?
Painting with a brush.
A brush with a brush.
So big shout out to everyone who's joined us live. Tough Lucky, Dan and Supervise, Malekith, Hawkeye, K-Dread, Vangelis. You've all been awesome. Thanks for being here. Reaper, Hawkeye. Thanks for doing this. If you've listened to the podcast and you like what you hear, thank you very much. Please stay hydrated. And, of course, thank you to everyone on the Sword Game Patreon. Literally couldn't do it without you. You guys are amazing. That's right, amazing. So thanks for being you. We are very close, in fact, if anyone's interested. We're about to hit the 1 million mark. We've got 10,000 more listens on the podcast, and we'll have 1 million listens, which is... I know that doesn't sound like loads, but I'm quite excited about that.
It's huge.
That poor bastard is really going for it now.
One guy is like, okay.
I've got to keep listening. We're almost there.
He's probably deaf.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's been a pleasure talking to you all. Look after yourselves. Thank you to you two, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Bye.